about the origins of bullying is what came about is is the constant incessant abuse, and it doesn't matter what kind it is. It could be by physical, and it could be by literary literary as in yet they yap a lot, and they make you even more afraid. They yap about. They threaten you. They say if you don't do something, they will hit you or abuse you. It's called. It used to be called discipline. This is how you discipline your kid. If they're not quick to, you slap them. If that doesn't work, you spank them. And that is the mentality of those in power. Whether it's your parent, it's cop, it's some type of fucking authority that that generally would like they're basically bullying. Hence the term bully. Term bully. They're like they're a toro, and they want to horn the El Gringo. Okay. What does a well a bull doesn't necessarily actually bullies because they're too busy being killed by a torero or a bullfighter. They're they're so enticed with the movement. They actually don't see that red. They see a color, but you when you wave that flag, it's another side of humanity's darkness. It's fiendish side of imposing their beliefs onto the individual before that individual even has the chance to think for him or herself, for themselves, because we are taught to hate and all of the negativity. It's, it's taught to you when you're a child, whichever environment you grow up. The only difference between a judge, a cop, and a lawyer against someone who becomes a criminal is literally the environment they grew up in. Fuck, I just repeated it. I don't like repeating it. And that cop could be middle, could be poor, middle, or even wealthy. And that lawyer could be, what am I saying? They're public defenders. But generally, a lawyer is a sleazebag that sucks the life, pretty much the life out of their customer. The customer is another rich douchebag, usually, or a regular citizen that basically had no means of paying for whatever the fees are in defending themselves. And Generally, they even have scientists colluding with you want to say that, oh, you inherited it. That's why you become a demon. What? And I'm like, what? What type of bullshit is that? And they'll have fake studies of fake findings, and they'll just here here are the evidence that, which is complete bullshit, because there's only a small percentage that you will inherit whatever that character of that true nature of heart of that individual, whether it's your grandfather or whatever, it's your blood relative. There's only a very small percent, and most of the time you don't even. It's the nature of it's your surroundings that make that terrorist, that makes that soldier, that makes that cop, that makes that lawyer, that makes that innovator. I want to find fellow innovators who are open-minded. They're not blinded by religion. They're not blinded by politics. They're not blinded by the science and logic of things. I like to find the same people who have the same big heart as myself and my best friend, as well as other friends. And that's what I'm trying to. But I've only started recording this. It didn't pop into my head 6 or 7, 8 years ago. Because one, I had no, my cell phone broke. I had no video. I literally just got a laptop like maybe 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and that's on me though. That that's that's that is my mistake of not being able to finish what I've been trying to accomplish for so long. And I ditched that because I even went to school for a couple more years so I can try to prove to myself that I can do it, and I don't want to do it because that's not where I'm heading. And I spent so much time to think about such negativity, and I'm not. I'm done with it. It's, and that's all.